Hello, friends. Welcome to Here's the Thing with me and Angel. As you notice, I'm no longer alone, guys.
You are not alone. I am here with you.
I'm not alone. Angel, pull your mic up. Josh, how's Angel?
You are not alone. I am here with you. I'm here, y'all.
Here's the thing, guys. I was dying out there. I told myself I could do it by myself. I was having moments where I was like, man, how much time until the next break?
And I could see those moments happening in your brain when I would watch the episode.
Did you really?
I could literally see. I was like, oh, bless his heart, Lord. Bless him, Jesus.
So I was struggling. My wife was like, never, she was like, do not do this by yourself. And I was like, but Periscope, right? But Doughboy was like, Kev, just hold me down till I come back. We talked. He was like, yeah, it's
He's like, brother, I understand.
You gotta do something.
Yeah.
So Josh, interestingly enough, was feeling like I should have never done it by myself.
Oh, really?
So once I told him, I was like, yo, I'm gonna bring Angel on. He was like, okay, Kev, I didn't want to say it because
well, the thing with suggesting anything to Kev is he'll be like, I'll take what you have to say into consideration and continue to do whatever I want to do. Anyway.
I get that.
Fair. This is what I've known to do. So there was some time, and I'm going hard. Like, I'm trying to make these jokes last and stuff. And inside, I'm like, But the problem is, I just wanted to be like, Doe said, yeah, I got you, Doe.
Yeah.
But then after he's seen an episode or two, Melissa, everybody was like, yeah.
It's a lot. You were basically trying to do a comedy special every week.
And the problem also is I do the bonus episodes, and I was doing 2 other podcasts that day. So when it was me and Doe, I don't have to carry all of it by myself, right? Yeah. But this is the 3rd podcast I've shot, and I was just like, bruh. So why Angel?
Tell us why.
I'll tell you why, guys.
I know.
Intersectionality. We're going to talk about this Friday. Basically, I feel like as a black man, I need to do more for black women. Okay. Right? Mm-hmm. Tone, Tahir, Pat, Trev, Big Irish, they all have their podcasts. They all have their platforms. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? I can share my platform with Angel because she's funny.
Thank you.
She is not getting the doggone recognition I think she should get.
Oh, I appreciate that.
I've been Angel's friend for a long time. I didn't even know Angel was on Atypical until I was just watching Atypical.
Yeah.
And I was like, Angel? And I didn't forgive you. You was like talking to Michael Rappaport a lot, and I was just like, but you got kids to feed.
Yeah,
you know
absolutely.
And Angel's a professional. You know what I'm saying? They had put the makeup on him. I ain't trying to mess up none of your check. I'm just telling you how I felt.
How you felt.
And I was like, man, what about a black woman?
What about us?
What about black women? Who will come to their aid? Who will look out for them purposely? So here's the thing, guys. Angel's going to be helping me. She's going to be co-hosting with me. And if you don't like it, you hate black women.
Clearly. I love it. I love it.
I know you love it. Josh
it.
loves black women. If you don't like Angel, you hate black women. You're anti-black. If you're not black and you're not a fan of Angel, you're racist. No Angel slander will be tolerated.
Thank you.
There will be no Angel slander tolerated. She had 4 black kids.
4 black boys.
2 in one day.
They're hungry every day.
She had a kid. And then you had another kid that
same day.
You was like, hold up.
You went back?
No, I was still there, and I was just like, you know what? Let's go ahead and have this.
Since we're here.
Another kid. Hey, I want to come out.
2
in
for
uterus.
1. Yeah, in uterus. Pop, pop. That's what it did.
Angel told me that having twins is like running a marathon and then having to run a sprint afterwards.
Yeah, having to do a 100-meter right after. Right after you cross the 26.2 miles, then them being like, in your 100, go.
Then a 100-yard dash.
Yeah.
One of Marcus and you sexes led to 2 children.
One of me and Marcus's sexes. That's why we had to get him fixed, because things be going awry up in there. So I said, we're not doing this no more.
I'm just tripping, Angel. The fact that you went from 1 kid to 3.
To 3. It's crazy. It was like a zoo. It was like I was raising a litter of puppies. It's not, people always say, oh, I wish I could have twins. And I'm like, and you're not smart. That's what you're telling me, because you should not wish that for yourself. It's not easy. It's not.
So yeah, Angel's been a friend of mine for a long time. I introduced to her through Meg.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At All Deaf. And Angel didn't do much in the early days of All Deaf.
Right.
A couple great tastes. You're one of the few people who did great taste well.
Oh, thank you. I didn't think, you know what? Y'all were such a tight knit crew. It's hard to try to find a way to weave in there. It is hard. Like, I didn't realize it until sitting there. I was like, oh, they already have such a strong banter.
Right.
It's hard coming in as an outsider. So I was just like, I'm just happy to be here.
It's really hard to jump in. And we be talking over each other.
All the time.
And we just be loud.
Yeah.
It is hard for anybody to get a word in, but you held your own.
Well, thank you.
So when we started Kev on Stage Studios, I was like, okay, Angel's going to be part of our crew, right? So Angel's been in almost everything.
I've been in a lot of stuff, and I appreciate it. I do. It's fun to do. So, yeah, I've been in a lot of stuff. A lot of your unpopular opinions when I got drugged for it. But I understood.
Boy.
I understand. I stepped out on a limb.
That was the one thing I almost was like, I don't know if I can I don't know if I can hire Angel because your feelings about Denzel Washington are
I love
anti-black.
him. No, they're not. I love him. I knew I needed something that was going to be strong and concrete, and that was the one. I didn't want to give nothing mediocre. When I come to Kev on Stage Studios, I bring my A game, even if that means getting dragged.
You know what's interesting though about your Denzel Washington unpopular opinion? It's the example that I send to people who haven't seen it to be on the show. I say, listen, the point of the show is to have an unpopular opinion that you can back up.
Right.
Right? So yours is like, people want to do one like slightly popular so they can be cool. It's not, nobody wants to be mobbed.
Right.
By the internet.
Yeah.
So saying Denzel Washington is, first of all, let me explain this. No one actually, people know what underrated means,
right,
but we use it interchangeably for trash.
Right, exactly.
So you say Denzel's underrated or overrated.
Yeah, yeah, I said he was overrated.
Then that means you hate him.
Yeah, that means that I don't like him. I don't like his beautiful black wife. I don't like his beautiful black children. I think everything he's done is horrible.
Right.
And I'm like, I'm just saying he's not rated at 1. He's rated underneath
see, Angel,
that.
we gotta stop because it's.
I'm sorry.
Josh,
Okay,
I feel my skin crawling again.
I'm sorry.
And I'm supporting black women.
And I appreciate it. I feel the support.
Okay, so this is a lot of new stuff today. So
yeah,
it's new energy with Angel, which she's my homegirl, so that's no big deal. Will Smith is over my right shoulder. Beautiful paint. We got new art. We got new camera setup. We don't know whether to look at each other, this camera or not.
I'm looking everywhere cross-eyed.
If you guys could see this side of me, Josh has got the camera set.
As you guys are talking, I'm already thinking I should have been over there because the way Angel's looking over here is bad for the main cam. This is all things that are going as the show is going on.
Each other?
You guys,
And
don't
don't
worry
look
about
at
me.
you.
Don't look at me.
Okay,
Don't look at me
it's
today.
gonna be
Don't look
so
at you no
hard,
matter what.
Josh.
You can. It's just when she does, she has to like overcompensate.
Okay,
and
no
go
camera angle
okay,
for her.
so
Yeah,
I'm not gonna look at you, Josh. Is what I'm gonna
just
do.
for next time. See that like this is just what stuff that I'm thinking when everything's happening in real time. I got to be over there, but
Right.
Nonetheless,
Guys,
there's a
it's
lot
our
going
first-
on.
It's our first.
There's a lot going on.
It's the first day.
Yeah.
It's going to take us some time to coalesce, but I'm going to tell you right now,
work.
this is not a short-term fix. Angel is my co-host. Okay,
Hi, guys.
Doughboy's out for at least the rest of this year.
Right.
So we'll figure out Doughboy when Doughboy
is
gets
ready to
better,
come back.
right? So, let's jump right in.
Let's do this.
If you haven't heard, I just actually heard this literally before we filmed.
Literally, just a couple of moments before. And my world is still just rocky because of it all.
So let's catch them up. White pastors have been having a week.
They have. I know they've got to be tired of apologizing. They've got to be because they are just setting themselves up.
I don't know what to say. There's so many of you black faces out there. I don't want you guys to leave. Who's gonna play the organ? Who's gonna sing?
Right.
But you guys want me to apologize for what?
I can't snap on beat.
Right.
I'm
trying.
Rod Parsley was gonna be something we talked about, but Lou Giglio was like,
Let me be the first in the doc. Come
you
on.
want a quote? I'll give you a quote. Josh, put it in. Patreon people, listen to
It's
this.
interesting because I feel like on the inside of the church, we're fighting this historical context you talk about. In other words, we love the blessing of the cross, but we don't love to sit in it and realize this is what God's asking me to do, to die to myself and to live for him, whatever context that's going to look like for me. But I want to flip that upside down because I think the other side of it is true with our nation's history. We understand the curse that was slavery, white people do, and we say that was bad. but we miss the blessing of slavery.
Excuse me?
That it actually built up the framework for the world that white people live in and lived in. And so a lot of people call this white privilege, and when you say those two words, it just is like a fuse goes off for a lot of white people because they don't want somebody telling them to check their privilege. And so I know that you and I, because I both have struggled in these days with, hey, if the phrase is the trip up, let's get over the phrase and let's get down to the heart. Sure. Let's get down to what then do you want to call it. And I think maybe a great thing for me is to call it white blessing. I'm living in the blessing of curse that happened generationally that allowed me to grow up in Atlanta. And you know, you're talking about being 57. If you were 57, I can't imagine being that old, Dan, and being 57. But I've said to our church, Lecrae, a few weeks ago, when I was born, the day I was born on Boulevard at Georgia Baptist Hospital in 1958, black people did not have equal rights in this city. Not my grandparents' lifetime or their lifetime, in my lifetime. This is right now what we're talking about today.
Before you go, Angel, Lecrae answered. So let's just get the whole thing. Calm your nerves, Angel. You know, black people, we have high blood pressure.
I'm about to take his eyelashes off. Oh, let him say what he said.
Hey, let's hear what Lecrae has to say.
What's up, y'all? All right, so let's talk about it. By now, everybody's seen the video with myself and Lou Giglio, and you wondering what the heck is going on. Well, first of all, let me just say this. Thank y'all. Like, sincerely thank y'all for y'all just acknowledging the pain and the frustration that y'all had with everything that you've seen. I know this is it's rough, you know what I'm saying? We're talking about 345 years, 400 years of chattel slavery, and then 89 years of Jim Crow, and we're battling still in 2020. So I appreciate y'all acknowledging the pain and the frustration that you had with what was said. It's helped me process a lot as well. First of all, I want you to know I wasn't okay with it. Even as I sat there, I was very uncomfortable, and I was processing on like, man, what do I say in light of this? There's been a lot of times where as I've navigated white supremacy or racial injustice, where I've just been trying to figure out, where I wanted to lash out, honestly, in anger. And there's other moments where I've been like, all right, God, give me the grace and the wisdom on how to deal with this. And in that moment, I was processing like, man, what do I do? I ended up having a conversation with him subsequently, right after we talked. And then I talked to him again last night and let him know my views and my perspectives. And obviously I wasn't okay with it. And we can't just be virtue signaling and doing this because it's the end thing to do, to talk about race on platforms. And I didn't have any ulterior motives other than to, help and articulate, some of what's going on in our world and in our culture. So I just want to thank y'all, especially my black sisters who have been on the front lines. I know y'all going
God
through
bless
a lot.
you.
I encourage y'all and thank y'all for everything that y'all have said, and thanks for the encouragement. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Obviously, I'm not okay with changing white privilege to white blessing. That's a privilege in and of itself. But man, we talked about it, and we're gonna continue working through it. So I appreciate y'all. I love y'all.
Okay, Angel, before you get in there, take a second.
Yeah.
Okay, because I bought Lecrae merch. And merch is important to us artists. And without ShipStation, merch is much harder. I know folks adapt to a changing world. We're all going to be buying more stuff online than ever before. If you're an e-commerce seller, are you ready to meet the demands of our new delivery culture? Be ready with ShipStation. When you're selling online, getting a lot of orders out fast can be tough. How do you keep track of who gets what? Which shipping carrier should you use? Are you getting the best rates? Listen, I wouldn't know how to do it without ShipStation.
Right.
ShipStation keeps Etsy and Shopify and everything else all in one. Yeah. Labels in one place. Smooth transition helps my life, making them really easy to manage from any device, even your cell phone. ShipStation works with all the major carriers, including U.S. Postal Service, FedEx, UPS, and even Amazon Fulfillment, so you can compare and contrast the best shipping solution for you and the customer. They even offer big discounts, and they're usually reserved for Fortune 500 companies. But Angel, you can do it yourself right now. Our listeners can try ShipStation for free for 60 days when you use the code R&R.
Oh.
Make sure your business is ready to meet the demands of delivery culture. Get started at ShipStation.com today. Click on the microphone at the top of the homepage and type in R&R.
R&R.
That's ShipStation.com. Enter the code RR.
RR.
ShipStation.com. Make ship happen. The code won't change.
I know. I feel like cultural appropriation though when I say it.
We're contractually obliged. to fulfill it.
Don't
in
be
2020.
mad if I say it,
Not
guys,
just
because I
saying.
feel.
We just gotta do it.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
Angel, you have the floor.
Listen. I mean, I actually am nauseous hearing both of them. Lecrae, one, it's not obvious that you're like not okay with it when you don't say anything about it while it's happening. To have conversations off camera, like when the man said it on camera, and who says the blessing, the white blessing,
White people.
Of slavery?
of
Listen,
slavery?
okay, guys, I want to say something.
Please,
It is white blessings.
nah.
For white people, it really is white blessings.
That was the
We're
biggest
not
blessing.
used to them speaking clearly, but he's really like, yo, like on the low. My people didn't have to do the tilling and stuff. We got land. We got we got privilege. The police were created to catch slaves. They continue to help us out
It's
here.
not like that'd be like saying that a thief who steals something, it's a blessing that he got. A blessing is something you're supposed to have. That's like a man being able to.
That's what the whites are feeling.
The whites are
That's-
feeling
that's
like
what
this
I'm
is
s-
what we're supposed to have.
Well, then that speaks volumes. Then for him to feel like he's supposed to have it versus it, like yes, it's a good thing for them, but they're not supposed. That's like not to get dark, but that's like a dude who's a rapist being like, but the blessing of rape.
I
is
just
that,
don't,
you know?
I just didn't like the tone that
blessing
he
of rape.
addressed it in. The tone made it seem like we were deserving of this. Like this is
the problem is, Josh, they feel like that.
that's
And
what I'm
there's the
saying.
issue.
White evangelical white pastors, they are like, I am not equipped to deal with race.
Bro.
They're not ready. They're not prepared.
They don't want to be ready. They don't want to take. They don't want their blessing to be seen as not a blessing because it's not. That's the issue.
Yeah, it's absolute, but it is though. Like, here's the thing. White privilege is a blessing. Like
It's a huge blessing for right.
for the Angel. Like, he's not wrong.
I don't-
It really is. Like,
No.
the Angel. For him, that white man.
That's the biggest blessing
White
he can
privilege is
tangibly
the
have.
biggest blessing you can ever. Your
No.
jobs are easier. The police leave you alone. You got generational wealth. You can pass through society. In America, being a white man, it is a blessing.
But it makes you a terrible person. That's
Oh,
what
no.
I'm. That's what I'm saying. Like things can feel good, things can be good, but if it doesn't help you evolve into a better person, it's not a blessing. It's like it's dressed like a blessing, but at the core of it is just making you a terrible person because you're not standing up for nobody. I just can't imagine someone feeling okay with calling it that. Like that just lets me know that
Well,
you
the
don't
funny
care.
That's
part
what-
is, Angel, he was trying to. He's like, let's not. If I didn't see the caption where the person he says white blessings, he's like, you know what, man, let's just not call it white privilege. Like, I thought he was trying to fix it. He's like, let's call it white blessings.
He made a blanket.
better-
He made a blanket statement for the phrase white privilege. I can't. That
He made it like it was a difference between stuffing and dressing. It's not.
Right.
It's not.
Hear me
that.
out.
That's exactly what he
It's like, no, sir, it's not that at
I mean,
all.
one is baked in the oven, the other comes out of the turkey. Yeah, come on.
Whichever
man.
works best for you to deal
Oh,
with it.
Eat the literally pumpkin pie, sweet potato. They're both orange.
They're the same.
Come on, God. You're still really mad about slavery? Come on, it's cool.
We've got to sit in. He said we have to sit in it. That's what he said. We need to sit in.
that tone was creepy to me
White
though, man.
blessing.
Bro, these white evangelical pastors, your privilege is they are so woefully undereducated, and because they're pastors, they feel like they have to speak out on something.
Yeah, they're supposed to.
And they are so, I mean, it's, how do you let those words leave your mouth and then say, oh, you know what? Edit it. Post it.
Post it, put it.
Like, it wasn't live. I don't
No,
know
it
where
wasn't.
it came from, but you got to be like, oh, white. I mean, I didn't mean bless. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah.
let's just pray, Father God. I
No,
just need
they
us to-
felt good about it, but that's the thing. It's the ego. It's the ego of these white pastors that be tripping them up because they are really like, the Lord is going to give me what to say. He hasn't yet. He did not give you what to say, sir. You did not get the right script. Go back and look at the edits because
Back to the text.
right. It's like you don't know what to say. Like it's okay to go to somebody else to get the right words, to be like, I don't know the right words, so I'm going to have this person who I respect to talk about it. But they're like, no, I got it.
That's the thing. That's the ego part of it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm knowledgeable about everything.
Yeah.
I'm giving financial advice. The Lord is speaking through me. And guess what, guys? I'm a Christian too, but Christianity is the religion that was used
Absolutely.
to reinforce slavery, right? The slavery in the Bible wasn't talking about chattel slavery. It wasn't
Right.
talking about people are property slavery. It was talking about different forms of slavery, not the abusive American slavery
Yes.
market, which was like, you can't get out of this. Like, but if you're a slave, you're like, oh man, this is God. God wants to.
God
You
wants
guys
this.
want to be free.
Right.
Why?
Honor your master. Come
Look
on.
at this. Free food. Free room and board.
Right.
You know, you got child
You
care.
got a lifelong career.
You want to be out there wondering where your next meal's going to come from? God has provided for y'all.
Exactly.
Come
Yeah.
on, y'all. Where you want to run from it?
And they're like, and see, that's a blessing to white people.
You're look at your labor. You have to look. I'm the one. I got to worry about how I'm gonna feed you. I got to worry about how I'm gonna clothe you. I mean, you guys, you think you're upset? I'm in the
the one with the
house.
burden.
Sometimes your guys' lemonade's a little too sweet. I mean, you see me getting upset about it? No.
No, I'm
And
not.
here's what I'm gonna let you. Last piece, guys. It'll be fine when you get to heaven, huh?
Exactly.
That's
He gonna bless you then.
It's gonna be cool, guys. So anyway, back to the cotton. You know, that's what they did,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And the thing is, honestly, Angel, I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of these white pastors, they have been able to explain away race issues forever, right? It wasn't in your face. You never had to adequately address it.
Yeah.
And now they are.
Yeah, they taking
Whew.
L's left and right because they have not done the work to figure out the actual issue.
They putting the L in hallelujah. Like I'm.
And they don't know how to use social media. It's like, oh, this is we openly talked about this with the
Josh.
African American male president. Let's post it.
and Lecrae needs to get drugged just a little bit more.
Nah.
Yeah.
I
I know that's your friend.
That's my boy.
That's your friend. But when you decide to take
That's
up the
my boy.
mantle and sit on a panel, you got to be ready to talk. You have to be ready. Don't
That's
cut it.
representation.
Or you don't. Right. Or you don't accept the invitation. Even if, I know he said he didn't want to speak in anger. He wanted to show some grace. You can show grace by saying, shut up.
Hey, my man. Shut up, though.
Shut up, because what you're saying makes no sense. That's grace right there. You were able to show him, hey, you're about to take yourself down a road that you're gonna be having. And the dude had to post an apology too. I'm trying to get you off the apology tour that all these white pastors are on. That would have been the simple fix. Everybody thinks that we have to be these articulate beings when we're in these scenarios, and some are way more articulate than others. I know I'm not always articulate, but I have no problem being like, hold up, what you're saying is dumb.
Yeah.
I can't figure out how to dissect what you're saying, but just shut up for a second.
Okay.
What?
Here's the thing.
Tell me here the thing is.
There's one way I feel if I don't know the person.
Okay.
There's another way I feel if I know the person. This is a scenario where I know the person.
Uh-huh.
So here's the thing.
Tell me the thing, Kev.
Grace.
Uh-huh.
Context.
Yeah.
If I were Lecrae, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all can feel how you feel. Angel, you can be mad at me.
Uh-oh.
It is very likely I would have made the same mistake.
No, you wouldn't have.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm honest with you, Angel.
Tell
I
me.
can't lie to you on our first app.
Come on.
Can't lie to you. How we
Come
gonna
on.
build how we gonna coalesce?
Tell me.
Sometimes I have been in scenarios where I am thinking about everything. I say, yeah, sure, trying to give feedback, right? And I'm like, oh, snap, this dude, it said this gonna make me look this way, but I don't know exactly what to say. I don't want to come across wrong. I don't want to come across too aggressive, right? And what happens in the internet culture, which I'm assuming is going to happen to me eventually, and all I hope is that know my heart, people, know my heart.
You got your apology ready?
Take my whole context of my
All of
whole personality,
All
right?
of it.
I can see being in the moment and not knowing exactly what to say.
Yes, I can do
I can
that.
see being so shocked that you really sat up here and said white blessings that you like. I could see my brain malfunctioning and being like, I don't. He couldn't have said no. He's trying to explain. No, he didn't say white blessing. He said white dressing. Maybe he was making a gravy for a dressing. Oh, it's the way white people dress. It couldn't have possibly meant white bless. Oh no, he did say that, right? I could see myself being caught up in the moment on live TV and missing the chance to correct them. I think it's easy for us, the viewing public, to say what we would have done in a situation that we've never been in, nor have we ever will be in. It's easy.
Please continue. I can't wait.
I haven't said anything that's changed your posture.
I know, Kev, so I'm just waiting for you to finish being polite.
Listen, I love Lecrae, and he's getting my. I wish I could be better, right? But I am human, and I know that. Here's what I know. Sometimes people are trying to do the right thing, trying to help, trying to have these conversations. He had the CEO of Chick-fil-A. They be like, gay bashing. CEO of Chick-fil-A was like, I ain't saying nothing, bro.
saying a thing.
I'm trying to sell these nuggets. You
Right,
understand
black
me?
people have kept us open.
We got our things we already deal with
We
already.
got our whole thing, man.
Right.
We already got the gay people. We not finna have the gay and the black people.
We shutting down if that's the case.
Not finna, you know how much Chick-fil-A sauce they buy?
Right.
They be buying full tub.
My pleasure. Here you go, sir.
Like, they make all these viral videos for us.
All of
Listen,
it.
I'm not.
Free marketing.
Because, they vote for Trump. They don't even hide their stuff.
Oh no, they're like,
And
no,
we be
are right-wing.
hypocritical. Y'all did what for Trump? Let me get a number 2.
Right. Give me the spicy chicken sandwich.
It's still breakfast. Let me get one of those biscuits.
Oh yeah, all the biscuits are
they're
great.
fire, man. They got a little butter.
So Kev, here's the thing.
Oh,
Here's
God.
the thing, Kev. This is the issue I have with celebrities. They feel like they need to use their voice in their platform, and if you're going to jump out there, you have to be ready, because if not, then you're not helping. And here's the other thing. While he might not have been able to say anything right then while the guy was saying it, at some point in time during that long soliloquy that white pastor gave, we could have seen, like, be a black woman. We don't hide our expressions. He could have at least been like, and we would have taken that as, okay, he does it. But he's going, You could have, Kev, I don't believe that you would ever choose to be on a panel with white pastors knowing what the history of how white pastors talk about race, that you would not be ready for some foolishness
Something's
to
coming
fly
up.
out of their mouth and be like, hold up. Because especially the way you like to talk, Kev, you ain't never for lost the word. Ain't ever. Took you how many episodes of this to get a co-host? You ain't never for lost the words, okay? So you would have been like, here's the thing. It's not a blessing.
Okay.
You would at least said that, even if it wouldn't have been something beautifully written, wrapped up in a bow.
No, Angel, I wouldn't have.
You would have said,
I would have done exactly what
No, you
Lecrae.
wouldn't have.
I think you want me to be better than I am.
Kev, I'm asking you to be who you have shown yourself to be. And Lecrae could have said something on the air. That is the biggest thing. Of course, I'm not going to cancel Lecrae. I'm not going to cancel any black person that is actually trying to do something for the culture. But he got to recognize that he messed up, and then going, and thank you to the black sisters. We always got to come cleaning up your mess, protecting yourself. Just next time, just be ready. That's all I'm saying. If you're going to be up there with folk that's going to say something cash crazy, have a couple of things in your back pocket.
What should he have said?
Shut up.
Shut up, white pastor.
Man.
Y'all be talking to, you know what? Shut up.
Shut up. You're going to get a lot of backlash off of this. I'm telling you right now, you might want to change what you're saying, because you are downplaying what it's been like for black folk by calling this a white blessing.
Let me tell you what, Angel. It's refreshing to hear white people be like, it's been good for us. Because
True.
It is so shocking because you never hear people be like, I mean, look, bro,
Life
it
is
hasn't been tough for us. It's
Right.
like low-key lit.
Yeah.
Like, if you're a white man in America, it's low-key lit for you.
Absolutely. You're the
It's
top
like,
of the feed chain.
and I want you to be like, hey, man, I know, man, it sucks, huh?
Yeah.
400 years, you guys?
Yeah.
With the whips and stuff? It's
Yeah.
hot out there? I've been to Georgia in the summer.
Yeah.
Oh, couldn't be me. Wasn't. But anyway, I mean, I got all this generational wealth to pass on.
Right.
It's totally, especially if, like, for people like him who actually didn't have to do the atrocities,
Yeah.
They just get to reap the benefits
benefits.
of
man.
systemic racism,
Yeah.
the police, the political system. Like, they didn't
All
have
of
to
it.
actually whip slaves. They don't even have to be racist.
They're like, I'm not a violent type. It's
You
Right.
can just reap the benefits. You don't even, and that's why. Oh, there was a politician, I don't know who it was, and he was like, I don't see any racism. And if you're white, you don't.
If you don't have any black folk in your circle, you sure don't.
You absolutely, you don't even realize.
that's that like ignorance to what is like right there.
Josh, I have used this analogy so much. You're not left-handed, are you?
Nah.
My sister is, Marcus is left-handed? Okay. I did not know for almost all my life that scissors were made for right-handed people. I thought scissors were just made.
To be any hand, yeah.
They aren't. I didn't know notebook paper was made for right-handed people. I didn't know desks were made for right-handed people. So if a left-handed person was like, man, we ain't got no rights. Like, what are you talking about? The pencil works fine. But they're like, my sister-in-law, Mel, is left-handed. And she was showing me how she writes, and she was smudging.
Get
And I
all
was
on
like,
hand,
what
yeah.
the? Sucks to be. So paper is the right-handed blessing. America is the right-handed.
Writing left
Guns
to right.
are for right. They make handguns that are ready for right-handed people.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So when you are right-handed, you're not aware of all the things, even a stick shift. It's for right-handed people. You know what I mean? Your strong hand is right there. Left-handed people, it would be over here, but they got it. And that's the thing. For black people, it's like left-handed people. You have to learn to adapt to live in a right-handed world. And the people who are right-handed don't care. They don't need to adapt to you. It's not in their best interest. They don't have to make any adjustments for you. It just, a right-handed bass guitar. I didn't even know bass guitars are for right-handed people. I know a left-handed dude, he plays a bass upside down so he can play right-handed basses. It's crazy.
But if we had a history of beating left-handed people and making them work for free, us right-handed people might be like, you know what? Are y'all okay?
That's a good point.
Is everything all right with y'all? Y'all need anything? Like, this dude came up out of Georgia, Atlanta. He seen some racism. Come on, player. He's not from Rhode Island
Right.
or New Hampshire. He's in Atlanta. You can't tell me he didn't know something like, another one of my parishioners got arrested for no reason. He knew something.
Not used to make people making better points than me here.
That
I'm
was
the
a
one
great
who makes
analogy.
the call.
That was a great analogy.
Yeah, but you kind of one up me.
Bow, bow.
And this
That's
is why
what
we
I'm
don't
doing.
bring black women along.
Hey.
I can't be having you overshining me. It's too hard. I'm the one who sits there and people go, yeah, Kev, you made the good point. Now
That's
you're
right.
over here making better points. You're absolutely right. And I think what the pastors are going to have to do, there's one or two things that's going to happen.
What is it?
They're going to sit and listen to these black people, or they're going to lose their entire church. Because there's a pastor, Pastor YPJ. I don't know if you saw this. He had a prophetic message. Watch night. Josh, I'm going to throw it in the docket. Watch this, Angel. You want to talk about church? Hold
Oh, am I
What's the name of
wrong?
it? What's the name of it?
Pastor YPJ is his name.
Oh my God, I'm already nervous.
Listen to this.
The Lord says in 2020,
This is on December 31st.
this is the word for the nation. The Lord says in 2020, listen to this phrase, oil will be tested. We will find out who is who. In other words, there will be a great division in the body of Christ.
Oh, shoot. My bad, Josh.
Dang.
Sorry. Were you trying to sync it? It's going to start over.
It's all right. I'll just start it here. With the,
All right, ready?
When the video. No, I mean
Sorry,
you're fine.
sorry.
Just let it play clear all the way
This
through.
is the word.
Okay.
As in 2020, listen to this phrase, oil will be tested. We will find out who is who. In other words, there will be a great division in the body of Christ. Those who are truly
That was
with the Lord
Instagram.
will stand out.
And those who have been playing with the Lord will be revealed. That which can be shaken will be shaken, but that which remains will prosper and rise up. This is a time of mergers, alliances, submission. You must have strong alliances, connections for the war that is to come. It's a spiritual war. There's a great divide coming in the church. Politics and race will play a major role in this divide. Blacks are about to leave churches that have white leadership, that show no empathy or concern for their plight. A lot of African Americans have left African American churches and submitted to white leadership, and it's been all right, but a lot of these white leaders are, y'all ready for this, undercover races. I'm telling you what I hear.
December 31st.
And politics have been revealing their hearts. The Lord says this. Now listen to what I'm about to say to y'all. Y'all know when I say it, it's coming to pass. You might as well mark it. An alarming amount of whites are about to join black churches.
Let's go.
Eyes will be open. The days of, listen to this, the gospel being preached around prosperity are over. Celebrity preachers will fade and never return. Significant, relevant, and popular voices will rise up. But God will not allow celebrities to run the body of Christ in the form of preachers anymore. God says thousands of people will attend church again. However, this time the focus will not be the facility, nor will it be the senior leaders. God will rule his house through his people. People will find great significance in church fellowship.
Now, quick promo. He's speaking at the Love Hour conference.
Get out.
That's Pastor YPJ. Single pastor, ladies. Come on, get you a man of God.
Oh, come on.
Actually don't, because he let everybody be like, get him a loins. He be like, no. He preached this on December 31st, 2019. And he just posted it this week.
Wow. Like you talk about tapped in. That's the type of person that's actually hearing from the Lord. Not Louis Giggly. Like, he's hearing from the Lord. Like, truly, there are churches out here that, like, we've attended a church with a white pastor, and then there's another church that I really, really like that has a white pastor, but I couldn't join just because I knew when it came down to race that they probably weren't on the side that I needed them to be on in order to trust me and my 4 black boys to be there and my husband. And I'm no shade to anybody who sits under a white pastor, but I knew as for me in my house, can't do it.
I don't blame you, Angel. It would have been tough before.
Yeah.
It's always been tough.
Yeah,
but right now, I mean, we've been quarantined. Things have been closed. Gyms have been closed. Bodies have been getting messed up. Mm-hmm. Oh, the summer isn't on hold, so your summer body shouldn't be either. Get access to professional training from the comfort of your home with Beachbody On Demand. Thousands have joined Beachbody On Demand to stay fit during COVID-19, and they weren't disappointed. This is the company behind P90X, Insanity, and 21 Day Fix. Now check out some of Beachbody's newest programs like Morning Meltdown 100, 80-Day Obsession, and Start Everyday Strong. I have been using this because...
So have I.
Have you?
Yeah.
What you been doing?
I've been doing their 21 Day Fix real time.
Have you?
Yes, I have, sir.
The gym's been closed. 24-hour fitness just filed for bankruptcy.
They down
that was God's blessing to me.
Come on, mine too.
That was fat blessings.
Yes, we under both of them.
thanks to Beachbody, I don't have to completely lose control of myself. Hundreds of effective workouts for all fitness levels, including bodybuilding, weight training, cardio, HIIT, yoga, and even dance workouts. Workouts as short as 10 minutes that don't require extra equipment in the house. And you can do it in the time it takes you to drive and park at the gym. You could be done. View it on your computer, web-enabled TV, tablet, smartphone, Roku, Apple TV, Chromecast, and more. Right now, listeners, listen to this. To get a special free trial membership, text RR to 303030. You'll get full access to the entire platform, all the workouts, nutrition information, and support. Absolutely free. Just text RR to 303030. Okay, so you were saying that you sat under white leadership. White leadership.
I did, and I didn't. I always felt some type of way because I've been real black for a long time.
I get the vibe from
you. Get that vibe from me, right? So, but I try to, allow the Lord to lead me to where He wants me to be. He took me right up out of that church real quick. But there is a church. This is horrible to say. This church to me felt like such a sexy church, meaning like they had so many things to offer. Like they had like a cute little coffee shop. The children's ministry was amazing. There were so many things that I liked about this church, but I could not join it because their head pastor was a white dude. And I was like,
was he racist, or you just didn't feel like he could lead you or understand your life?
Yeah, I felt like that was going to be an issue. Like, he seemed like the type of person, if I would have asked who he was voting for in the presidential election at the time, that there would have been a good chance that it would have been Trump because of right-winged point of views.
Here's the truth. A lot of black people don't want to admit.
Oh, they are.
A lot of evangelicals, white and black, they vote solely on abortion and gay rights.
I know, and it's foolish.
They don't care about any other policy but abortion and gay rights. There's a lot of Christians who are like, here's I just think this is funny. I'm voting for Trump because he's a Christian. Okay, now listen, guys. Come on. Let's just pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Now, I see that Trump will say, like when he did the Bible clip, what's your favorite verse of the Bible? All of them.
All of them.
Old Testament, New, both equally. Love the whole thing. Like, let's not try it. And I know almost all politicians are like, oh, I'm a Christian. Like it's the popular religion, or it's a predominant religion in America. So, you're gonna say that. But of all the politicians, I have the hardest time believing Trump. He was like, grab him by the Bible. All right, guys, what you want to do?
I was scared.
Grab
when you
him.
started. Oh my God.
You were like, what is he about to say?
You gotta grab him by the Bible, and pull him close. So, but that abortion and that's here's the problem with a lot of that theology or that ideology. It's like, this fetus is a life, right? Mm-hmm. And it should be protected at all costs, right? And then when black people say Black Lives Matter, they're like,
nah, come on, guys.
So does the life only count
if it's white?
If it's white.
That's it.
Even the girl the Trump supporter, she was like, her whole thing was, aborted black babies. This is what happened. You support people who aren't Christian and they just want you to abort black babies. And it's like, okay, so when these black babies are born, and then the system is designed to ruin their life, or they're shot dead by police, what about that? Well, all lives matter now. Well, come on. Is it Uchi Wally or One Mic? Like, y'all keep moving the doggone goalposts.
Yeah.
Right? So
they changed the game. It's not even the goalpost. Then all of a sudden we playing tennis. And we're like, wait a second. I thought we were playing soccer. What happened?
That's hilarious. He threw for a touchdown. They're like, touchdown, this is swimming now. Like, we're on grass. We're swimming. Anything to make you not win.
To make you not win, yeah.
So
that was a word that what's his name? What's the pastor's name? That's speaking
Louis
at
Giglio.
No, not him.
I thought that was your favorite pastor.
You don't make me hurt you.
Oh, Pastor YPJ. YPJ, Jonathan Miller.
Yeah, that was the truth right there. That was the truth.
And listen, man, I would be so afraid to be a prophet because what if you get it wrong?
That's why I don't be saying stuff. If Lord tell me stuff, I just hold my mouth closed and just wait for it to come to pass. I'm like, oh, okay. See, God, you were right.
Angel didn't even want to tell her Patreon audience that she was going to be on this podcast.
I surely wasn't. I was like, they going to see me when it come out. And I'll be like, yes, sir, guys. Here you go.
Why, Angel? It's because you've been in Hollywood too long.
Yes, in Hollywood, things changed. Within a matter of seconds, I be having a job. And then
how many times does that happen?
2, 3... Twice where I've had the job, and then after the table read, they've been like, listen, sis, it was a pleasure having you.
So what does that even mean? You booked it and then you did the table?
They literally have to pay me my entire rate. I do the table read, and then they decide we want to go in a different direction.
And they have to pay your entire rate for how many episodes?
For the pilot, because all you get paid for is the pilot until it gets picked up to series. And so there was one time where I shot the pilot. The pilot got picked up to series, and there were 3 of us that they did not take to series. Yeah.
This is where I'm going to keep my screen.
So I have learned to just be like, you know what? We going to see when it airs. Listen, even happened when I shot Blackish. I shot 2 episodes of Blackish, and I was so pumped, right? They were introducing the new character. I was playing the new nanny, Regina Hall's younger sister. And I was like, everybody pay attention. I'm going to be on there. And I'm watching, and I was like, wait. I should have been on the screen right then. What happened? And then the next scene happens, and I was like, okay, here comes me. The scene just ended. They had cut me completely out of the episode because the episode was too long. Because they overwrite for episodes, and so they have to trim. So they just trimmed out my character in the first. So I have learned in my dealing with Hollywood to just keep my mouth shut until things come.
And that's what sucks, because you genuinely can't get excited about stuff, man.
Yeah.
I have when we did Little Rascals, Zay did Little Rascals, they said everybody has stories like that. Mm-hmm. They say you're not making a movie till you're on set, and you haven't made a movie till you're watching it in theaters.
Yeah.
And because they said people have been shot in movies that they ran out of money to edit.
Yeah.
Like they had enough to shoot and it was to edit. Like, hey, we ain't even got it.
Yeah.
Or they have enough to edit and none to market it. So the people who pay are like, I'm not paying no more.
Right.
And so Does that make you jaded?
No, because I know I'm supposed to be here. Like thank God, I have very thick skin. It's not like the stuff doesn't hurt, but
Is it a medical condition or?
I have plaque psoriasis. No, but no, I have learned to like bubble wrap my heart. So like I understand that this is the nature of the beast, even though sometimes it feels like it's just directed towards me. But with that being said, I'll celebrate at home quietly by myself.
Yeah.
But then I wait to share it because then everybody's like, "Well, what happened? Weren't you going?" Oh my God! With the last one with Little Rails Project.
Girl, I didn't even know if this was true or not, Angel. I was never gonna bring it up. Oh. I heard about this and I didn't know you that well. And I said, how can I believe
it? Let me tell you.
Can you tell us?
I can tell y'all. So. I auditioned for, I'm an actress, for those of y'all who don't know. That is my primary like way that I've made money since I've lived out here. And I had auditioned, I got the script for Little Rails pilot. And when I saw it, like I said, the Lord be talking to me. He was like, you're going to book this. So I already knew. I said, well, let me prepare. So I auditioned, killed my audition, but then I didn't get a call back. They said, no, you were great, but you're not the girl. And I said, nah, something's wrong. This ain't right, right? 2 weeks later, they're like, they want you to come in for a producer session. I said, see, I told y'all. So I go, I read with Rel. Well, I don't think I read with Rel. I read with, who's the comedian that produced it, tall, skinny, Gerard
Carmichael?
Yes.
Carmichael?
I read with Gerard Carmichael and the other guy who ended up passing away. So they loved me. They brought me back in. I read with Rel, and he was just like, our chemistry is great.
Yeah.
Like, we gonna get you this role. Boom, booked it. We then do the table read. So we got Sinbad. We've got another young up and coming actor whose name I'm forgetting right now.
Oh, Jordan something? Black dude?
Yeah. To play the younger brother.
You really don't remember no name.
I told you I don't.
She told me when we were prepping for this, she was like, I don't be knowing no name.
Mother.
She is a black. That is standard issue black. Melissa be like, what's the Pirates of the Galaxy? Like, what is it about having black children where the Lord's like, to help you raise them, I got to take some other stuff out of your memory?
And he did. He took all the names out. I'd be like, that
little
young black one. You know what I'm saying? He be dancing. He be hitting the wall. What'd he do? That's me all the time.
you know, my grandma used to call me every name in our family in order until and I'm the youngest boy of. So she called me her son's names. Then so you'd be Daniel, Marlon, Jason. You know your name.
Yes, you know your name. That's where we get. That's the easiest place. You know who I'm talking to.
Don't play dumb.
It's terrible. But anyways, we did the table read, and like they had just rewritten the script. And I come from the school of acting where when we do a table read, it's for the writers to hear what they wrote. It's not for me to punch up at that time. When we get it on its feet, that's when I'll start throwing out like, what about this? This might be funnier. Yada yada yada. Yeah. Well, apparently I should have been punching up at the time. Sinbad, he'll punch. He don't care about the script. He wants you to laugh at whatever he's saying. So it don't matter what the words are. He's going to change it. That's not me. I'm going to read what you put down here. And if it's not funny at the time, you're just going to hear that it's not funny. So anyways, they decided, and I remember seeing Rel's face, and I kind of already knew in my spirit what was getting ready to happen, but I was just like trying to think positive. I was like, no, you still have a job. Don't even think that. But at the end of the day, they were just like, they felt like they should have gone with someone not trained, just a raw stand-up comedian. So, and I knew before they even announced it that it was going to be Just Hilarious. They got it.
Really?
I completely knew.
You had no idea?
I had no idea.
I mean, they didn't give you any idea that it was going to be her?
When I talked to my managers and agents, because the role was loosely based off of Tiffany Haddish. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because him and Rel and her were very good friends. So this was like playing the best friend. Obviously, Tiffany was her rising star was already shooting. So they weren't going to be able to get her to play nobody's number 2 on a call sheet. So I was like, the only person I can think of that possibly has that type of raw energy that they could get is Just Hilarious. And sure enough.
Really?
Yeah, and they had already passed on her. She had auditioned, and they were like, nah.
So were you like, girl, I could do this better?
I already know I can, but that's not how I was feeling. Like,
Angel.
I'm fully aware of what I'm capable of, so I knew it wasn't my talent that got me let go. I knew it was just they were trying to come up with a solution for something that I wasn't actually the problem of. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were like, okay, maybe if we remove Angel and get something raw, we can make it work. And I didn't watch it because I'm not about to sit there and put myself through that. Like I've got thick skin, but it ain't that thick.
Right.
But from what I heard out in the streets, that wasn't the issue. That like the casting, they could have had anybody in that role. It just wasn't where it potentially where it needed to be a successful
Got
show.
it. I ain't gonna hold you. This is why I do my own stuff.
Listen,
because y'all ain't gonna keep telling me I ain't tall enough, ugly, but I'm not. No, I will take my own basketball and build a court in my backyard. This is
And I
my.
appreciate that.
You cannot tell me I can't play
Yeah, no.
castle, and like I love it because
Yeah.
I hate Hollywood.
No, it'll make you hate Hollywood because it is, you are dealing with people's dreams, you're dealing with their hopes, you're dealing with the time they put in. Like I didn't come up in there barely knowing the lines. I studied. You know what I'm saying? But I also know this is what I signed up for. I can't be like, I don't understand what this happened. So like, I mean, my husband on the other hand, he was ready to get all the hardware out. It just started.
All right.
Right.
Well,
y'all ain't gonna keep messing
wait
with my
for this.
wife. Right. But yeah, no, it's all good. And I got my check. That's all. As soon as they told me Angel's not moving forward, I said, okay, tell them where they can mail my money. I need it as soon as possible. Thank you very much. Yeah, it is what it is.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry for that sidebar.
No, I love it. This is why, it's part of the reason why I wanted you to co-host, because I'm just like, if I don't do nothing else in life but help black people, and specifically now black women, because I ain't gonna hold you, before now it wasn't specifically black women. It was black people, right? And I learned from intersectionality. Y'all got to tune in on Friday. We having a conversation. I was like, oh snap! Like it was my white blessings. You know what I mean? Like it was a blind spot for me. Even Melissa had to tell me. She was like, oh, like she hadn't even heard of the term. I was telling her about it, and she was like, it clicked for her immediately because it's something she's went through.
Yeah.
At work, like she was like, I couldn't put the word on, like I wouldn't have come up with that word.
Yeah.
But that experience, I've lived through that experience. Like Meg at All Def, by far the best producer within a mile of that company. Do you think she got the opportunities that them white men got? No, because I'm gonna tell you what white people do. And I say this all the time. The biggest problem in Hollywood isn't racism, it's nepotism.
Yeah.
And nepotism, you don't feel bad. You're not feeling racist. You're not purposely excluding black people. I've seen it. And not that racism isn't a problem. Hey, to every camera.
Hey
I'll
guys,
run that back.
hey guys.
Racism is
I'm gonna repeat that. Racism is right.
nepotism and racism are equal problems. What happens is white people are in power. They look out for their people who are often white people. And when those people get on, they look up. So in All Def, it was AFI. Are you familiar with AFI?
It sounds familiar.
American Film Institute.
Yes, I know what AFI is.
Where all those producers and directors and filmmakers go, right? And what you learn isn't necessarily the craft. I'm sure they teach you the craft, but what you get is the network.
Networking, yeah.
So the one black woman producer I had at All Def that we got to work with was because she went to AFI. The only one. The only reason they hit her up is because, I mean, she's good. Yeah. But they hit at I mean, like, how do you get all these people? Because guess what? When it became my turn, black faces every time. And it's not because I'm excluding white. I just don't know no whites. I know Big Irish J, Dustin, Trevor.
And that's it, huh?
Yeah, I mean, like, I just, you know, and when you want to see people win, you want to see your people win, right? And I'm looking out for my people first now. And you call it what you want. We got a lot to undo. Yeah. So you know, so yeah. Next topic. But before we get to the next topic, I just want to talk about Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people. Explore new skills, deepen existing passions, and get lost in creativity. Break up the routine of a day spent indoors. Explore workshops, classes, and more topics such as graphic design, illustration, photography, productivity, freelance, entrepreneurship, etc., etc. A creative challenge or productivity class may help in setting small goals and feeling a fulfilling sense of accomplishment.
He's working.
I'm purposely learning how to up my photography skills so I can get Josh out of a job. I got no pictures on my art here. Josh got a picture here. All these people, you know, that picture, I didn't even take that picture of me. Josh took that picture. Josh, you took this picture.
Did I?
Yeah, they just they photoshopped the Fresh Prince hat on my head, but you took this picture.
Oh, wow.
And I ain't got none of my own art. This picture of my wife, I cannot take it. And when I take pictures, they're not amazing. But through Skillshare, I'm learning. We believe a strong community is essential in times of hardship. Tap into the support of fellow creatives who provide encouragement, communication, and inspiration. Connect through creativity. For those of you who can't see in person, creative projects are a meaningful way to say what you're feeling. Give a gift you made yourself or craft a personal message. Listen to this. Explore your creativity and get 2 free months of premium membership at Skillshare.com/RR.
RR.
That's 2 whole months of unlimited access to thousands of classes for free. Get started and join today by heading to Skillshare.com/RR.
RR.
That's 2 free months of unlimited access to thousands of classes at Skillshare.com/RR.
RR.
I've got to slow down on the ads.
You just gotta breathe, man.
When me and Melissa read the Bible in the morning, I be stumbling all over the words too. I be trying to get through it, and I just
Yeah.
So I've had this on a docket for a while.
Okay, what is it?
Angel, I'm sure you know about this. YouTuber Stephanie McNeil is the author.
Right.
Micah Stauffer.
Yeah, Micah Stauffer.
Built her YouTube following by sharing every step of her journey to adopt a toddler from China.
Yeah.
Then she turned that baby back in. Angel, tell them, because you actually knew more about this than I did. Explain to our audience how this lady got that Chinese baby and then said, never mind.
Okay, so the Micah, she already had a YouTube channel, and then she decided, her and her husband decided they wanted to adopt, and they wanted to do international adoption, which is a whole nother thing. But then the people over the adoption was like, would you be open to adopting someone with special needs? And at first they were like, no. And then they were like, you know what? The Lord was calling us to have a bigger heart.
Yeah.
So that I can, kind of understand how you get wrapped up in, but what is the Lord calling us to do? So they adopted a child who is severely autistic on the spectrum, and then also had like a brain tumor, which was causing for him, as he got a little bit older, to have some very difficult behaviors to deal with, right? Mm-hmm. But here's the problem. During this time of having this child, they built a nice amount of wealth in not only followers, but like money, because they were sharing in, what's that word when you be using your kids for money? Exploiting. They were exploiting this little baby from China. And it turned out, after talking to professionals, that the professionals felt like that the baby would be better suited in a different home. And so everybody's in an uproar because they just like, you straight up kept the receipt and returned this baby. Like,
I got the Chinese baby. Right. Here's my receipt. Just go ahead and I ain't even use them that much.
Right. I still got the tags.
Go ahead and take that back. And then I don't even want to take store credit. If I could I don't even want another Chinese baby. I'm gonna just take some paper towel.
Still in the box.
Yeah, he's still in the box.
Clean, baby.
Right.
I ain't even use him that much. You give him to another person.
Yeah. He's lightly used. Not, he's refurbished.
I'd click like new.
Yeah, like new. I can understand. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, obviously the child comes first, and if a better home is going to be suited for that child, then it's best the child be there as soon as possible than later on. However, when you make money, this is what I'll say. Here's the thing, okay?
Here's the thing.
I feel like she could come out of this looking a little bit better if they were to take the money that they have made, or what money they have, and put it in a trust for this child, so that it doesn't seem like they just use this baby just so they can live it.
The problem with that is, Angel,
they didn't spend the money.
White blessings. They had brand deals.
They did.
Up the wazoo.
They did.
For this baby.
They did.
First of all, they named the baby Huxley.
They did. They said, forget your Chinese heritage.
They said, ma'am, XH. How do you say XHAIO? Shao? X-How? Your name is Huxley. Huxley sounds like a dog's name. Come here, Huxley. Huxley.
Say a dog.
Why would you go all the way to China to name your kid? And that's white people. They love Gwyneth Paltrow, Madonna. Did you see Madonna when she had her black son dancing after that person died? This person. I said, girl, get him out of there. Get that baby
out of there.
Josh, find Madonna's son dancing. Oh, Josh. He was so big. He was just dancing. And Madonna was like, this is what I did for racism. Dance, boy. Stop, Madonna. So this is my problem with Micah Stauffer.
Tell me, what's the problem?
You cannot cash the baby out. She documented The adoption videos far surpass her regular videos.
You're right.
She got brand deals specifically for that.
She did.
And after she couldn't cash him out no more, she turned that baby, rehomed him like a stray animal.
So you don't think there's any like?
Oh, look
truth?
at you giving grace.
I gave grace to LaCrae.
You did
too.
not. You gave him a little bit of grace. Now you want to see because
Look
you're
at
a
me.
mother. Oh, now look how the tables have turned, y'all. Oh well, now just you got to understand it. The baby.
No, I did see. Listen, I still think she's dead wrong, and that's what happens when white folk think they can be saviors. She took on more than what she could chew by being like, yeah, we could do special needs. Of course, we're white in America. She was dead wrong for that, but at the same time, it's just like I would be afraid that the child is being abused or something like. That's the only reason why I'm like, yes. Send the child to somebody that's going to do right by it. But she need to give up that money, though.
Listen, she got to keep the money. She gets. Listen, this is exploitation at its finest.
It is.
Right? This is, I'm going to take the baby. She had the pre-adoption videos.
Yes, she
right?
did the whole adoption process.
She had the whole adoption series, pre-adoption. Long videos, brand deal videos. Oh, he hit my daughter. If you don't take this Chinese baby anywhere else, like here's my thing. When you adopt a child, this ain't foster care.
Right.
This ain't like I'm gonna hold on to him for a minute till y'all can place him. You have said I'm going to raise this child. If you are born and you have an autistic child, you don't rehome that child.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't get to say, oh man, this one is I don't like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So the fact that, and honestly, if the thing that makes it worse to me is the influencer aspect of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? I get the parenthood part of like, this is harsh, but these are my real kids. I'm gonna protect my real kids. I can see that, right? I'm not saying adoption's even for me, right?
Yeah,
but if you decide that, like, as a parent, an adoption has its own set of difficulties. Right. So don't go make all these videos and then this is the worst part. They just phased them out.
They did it like the girl from Family Matters. Send them up the steps. And then we didn't see them no more. Send them up the steps. People were like, where's Huxley? Where's that baby at?
And this is what else, Angel. She didn't even talk about it.
Yeah, that's No, you're right, Kev.
People had to start a petition.
They
Where's Huxley?
You right. She deserved to be dragged. Drag her.
I don't want you to come on my side because now I gotta say something about LaCrae.
You're like, no. No, I do. All I'm saying is that she's dead wrong. I believe that. I think she's dead wrong, but I do understand if the baby needs to be in a better home. But she needs to be broke.
The fact that she needs to be broke.
Yeah,
you need to calculate all the money you made from that, and you need to donate it to either that family or an organization that deals in this. Like I hate that she, from what it appears, and I'm almost certain it does, she got the monetary benefits. She just exploited that kid.
Oh, 100%. That's exactly what she did.
That's like, and in her mind, she's like, man, I can't really do the brand deal. He is tripping. Like, I can't even have him in the camera. I can't even get him to sit still for the thumbnail. Like, he really need to be parented.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody, I'm trying to get these clicks. Like, and you know what? It is not outside of the realm of possibility for a person to do this because they know it's beneficial to their business.
Absolutely.
You think my doggone kids, I wish they couldn't be in more videos? They suck. Me and Zay got a TikTok series that is just him saying, no. I don't want to do stuff, right? My kids don't never want to be in stuff, right?
Yeah.
But I could never live my life knowing I was benefiting off of them, right? Like I had, like low key when we first started and Zay got that movie and they were killing at awesomeness, I was like, I am getting crushed, and this is my dream business. And they are 5 and 3, and
oh God,
Angel, it was heartbreaking.
I bet.
I was like, I got to do Kev on stage, like I got to have my own thing, right? And I'm putting their money away, like my kids, they don't even know this. Melissa and I have put all their Zay's royalties from Little Rascals. We didn't even know he got them.
Oh, wow.
They had an old address, right? So in my mind, like you are whatever you do. Go to college, don't go to college. This is your money. You can buy cheese. I don't care. You earn that money, right? This woman didn't cut his share. It ain't in no Coogan account.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about is the separate money. The boys also have the Coogan account, which if you're not familiar, Coogan account is basically this kid, last name Coogan. His parents took all his little actor
all
money.
of his change.
They was
all
like,
of it.
you are great at this. Go ahead and make it to me. So now when you're a parent,
You have
10 or 15%?
It's 15% that automatically goes into that account.
15% goes to a Coogan account, which is basically an automatic trust fund for your child that the adult cannot touch.
Yeah, the child can get to it when they're 18.
Yeah, so he ain't got no Coogan account because the YouTube stuff is not regulated like Hollywood.
Right, exactly.
Right? It's not regulated. So like that's low key why I don't have my kids for a lot of reasons. My kids they be in their drawers also. And it's just like they be having balls and I be like,
I mean, she's a mommy blogger, and that is what mommy bloggers use their life. I know this because I am partially a mommy blogger. You use your life and you monetize it. And if your children are a part of your life, they become a part of that monetization. But when you actively go after a child, actively, like it's different. I got pregnant with my first child just by forgetting to take one birth control pill. She had to fill out paperwork. She had to go through, you know what I'm saying? All
why
types
don't
of.
black people get pregnant on purpose?
No, right?
And we really be Melissa was so surprised when she was pregnant. Like she ain't the one who didn't take the pill. She was like,
What?
Oh, so y'all gonna stick me with the baby?
Because what other thing goes from 99% effective to 0 effective after one day? This is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard of. You ain't got no residual power. Like,
Ain't none of this pill left over in the bloodstream.
right? Nothing, really. But yeah, so, but she actively went through the process, went through all the paperwork, the you know, when they go through and make sure you're not crazy.
The background
check.
stuff. That's that black mom again.
Yeah, that stuff. Make sure you're not crazy, criminal. You know what I'm saying? No
paperwork.
record. Yeah. This is all things that all times that she could have changed her mind. Several moments where she could have been like, yeah, nah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
This ain't it. So that is where it's just really like, sis, you didn't have to do this at all. So I get it. Like she's trash for that, and I do hope that she tries to rectify it by giving as much money, if not all of her money, to that child.
But that's not what white people ain't gonna do that.
They not. I know.
That's why. Okay, so the whole reparations thing.
I know.
They was like, bruh, ain't not having slavery enough?
Right.
We used to own you.
Hey, we gave y'all freedom.
That's enough. What about making it easy?
Nah.
For y'all, no, shut up.
Yeah.
And then Jim Crow, they was like, bro, y'all lucky we finna own y'all again. Keep on.
Keep
we will
on.
own you again.
One more again.
Since white blessings.
Right. And they said,
Where are the black blessings? I'm gonna tell you what the black blessings are.
What is it?
Rhythm.
Come on.
Seasoning.
Yeah.
We can get these jokes off no matter what. White people for their life. White people ain't made up a dance craze in ever. You ain't never seen a white TikToker doing like, this is for us. And then the black people like, yeah, we finna do this.
Yeah.
We only do it and make fun of y'all. We ain't
Yeah.
never been like, man, Todd over here.
Right.
He's got a new dance. Like black people, we get to do. That's why God was like, all right, man, it's tough for y'all. But
I'ma
y'all
give
gonna
y'all
get this.
Yeah.
The this, all that.
Don't get the
The wobble, that's all y'all.
What a blessing, huh?
Black blessings is all the rhythm, basketball,
Yeah, see, white.
Lowry's.
Somebody white gonna quote you and be like, see, black people, look at your blessings. Look at your privilege. Yeah, I had to study at Millennium Dance Studio to be able to do all this pop, lock, and drop it. You all just came out of the room that way. I'm telling you, Cam, watch, you're gonna be quoted.
Oh, they just take me full out of context. Just take a clip fully out of context and make the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, this has been great.
Great
Has
episode.
it been okay?
Oh, I want to say one more thing because this is gonna blow away by the time.
Okay, come on.
Taylor Swift,
Oh,
I gotta apologize.
you gotta apologize.
I've been on Taylor. The Swifties have came and attacked me time and time again. Right? They have lit me up
Yeah.
online. And Taylor stepped out and spoke out against racism and Confederate staff. How is it that the white pastors aren't speaking out? And Taylor Swift was like, I got it.
Right.
I mean, she said, as a Tennessean, it makes me sick that there are monuments standing in our state that we celebrate racist historical figures who did evil things. Edward Carmack and Nathan Bedford Forrest were despicable. figures in our state history and should be treated as such. And then she had like a whole trend. And I was like, okay, white girl, like,
I
dang,
see you, I
like,
see you.
where is Paula White?
Ah, you already know Paula. If Paula gets to the mic, just be ready for your rebuttal. There should be no Lecrae, because you already know
Ooh, you walked
Paula
into that,
going
Kev.
to come out of pocket wrong.
Listen, Paula is like, Trump is the Lord.
She's like, he's Jesus' best friend.
She act like Trump is the 13th disciple. I'm gonna tell you what was funny about Trump last week. This man was drinking a cup of water. He needed both hands.
He's a toddler.
Literally was like,
He's a toddler.
and it made me laugh so hard. I said, you can't. Why you can't hold it? Like, hey, thirsty. You know how kids hold their cup?
Yes. They make it seem like it's so yummy. And
It was
yeah.
like, I just need a little. Like,
Oh, he's a
how you
special
gonna leave the
case.
country and you need the bump up?
Listen.
So Taylor, I haven't forgiven you for everything,
But
right? Because
you-
she been victim mentality her whole life. You talk about white blessing.
Oh, come on.
Kanye's moment, she milked that bad boy.
Forever.
I was like, girl, enough.
You are wealthy. You're doing fine.
Man,
Come on.
she did a lot of trash since then, but she capitalized. He gave her the lob of a century.
Uh-huh.
Right? She was just like, I didn't do anything, huh?
This was, she saw her one opportunity. She's
Oh.
like, this is it.
She was
I'm all in.
Eminem. Right? So, but listen, she really spoke out against racism. And the thing is, I need white people to speak out because you have white fans.
Exactly.
I need you to educate because we know black
Right,
people,
confused.
we know y'all fans really be like, I don't know. Like, I can imagine a Taylor Swift fan, because they don't teach this in high school.
No.
They don't teach this in college unless you seek it out. And I had sought out, black culture and African American history in college, and I still didn't know about Black Wall Street. I didn't know about the Philadelphia bombing. Wouldn't have known about Rosewood if I didn't see the movie, right? So Juneteenth,
Yeah.
I didn't find out about Juneteenth until college, and I was born in Texas.
You were like, wait a second.
Juneteenth, somebody, and I don't think my grandma and them knew,
Probably not.
so Taylor Swift being like that and risking it, you know what I'm saying? Like,
You know what? It feels like, though, nowadays, not to try to downplay, Taylor did something good. Nowadays, though, when you're that age, there's really no excuse.
her age, Taylor Swift's age?
Taylor Swift, of course, the older folk, like the pastors and stuff, they're still stuck in the Stone Age and they're going to get dragged into 2020. But when you're looking at a millennial, this is supposed to be the generation that is bringing about this change. So if you're on the wrong side of it, nobody's going to give you well, she doesn't know. We're in the age of information. So while I do give her big ups because she does have a huge platform and she could have been silent, and I'm glad that she wasn't, but that's what she's supposed to be doing.
Fair. But everybody who's supposed to be doing it doesn't do it.
You're right.
They be like,
Let me not say
because Taylor don't even have a whole bunch of black fans. She has some, but if she doesn't speak out, it ain't like her concerts are going to be, it's not like Justin Timberlake. Black people, we was up in there.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
she had not a lot of risk, you know what I'm saying, to say that. And
well, I don't know. Some of these white folk are getting mad now. Some of them are like, why aren't you saying anything?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by
your white voice is so funny.
They're starting, my white friends that I'm their only black friend. They are being very vocal now.
Really?
Yeah, and I'm their only white. You go through their friends.
You're the one. They're like, this is
my gal. This is my gal right here. But white folk are getting really vocal. So yes, I think there's the chance that some, not a lot, but some of her fans would have been like, yo, Taylor, you know what's good right now.
You know what's crazy? Somebody just mentioned this in the comments. We needed Taylor Swift's voice and not Terry Crews.
Come on.
Terry Crews is harmful to the black community.
Terry.
Every time with Terry.
I don't know. Yes, Terrence. You would call him by his full name. Sit down and shut up. Oh my gosh. I'm just like, sir, we did not. Nobody said, what does Terry Crews think about it?
Every time Terry Crews, I'd be like, don't you got a lift?
Oh my gosh.
Don't you have chest and back today? Why are you
I
tweeting?
don't know what it is about Terry Crews, but yes, we don't actually. We have been vocal long enough, like black folk have. We have not been silent about this, to be honest. We've been talking about this for a long time. It is time for white folk to stand up, and it's now finally, I think they're feeling the heat.
Yeah.
Like before, they could get away with being quiet, but I think
That's the one thing that this unique circumstance of this year.
Yeah.
The quarantine, no live sports, you can't go anywhere. What is happening now is there's no middle ground.
Yeah.
If you're not speaking out, then you are against us.
Yeah,
like
automatic.
silence, we usually let you get away. Like, why do white people I follow, when atrocities happen to us, they just be like,
right.
or they don't even know.
Yeah.
Right? Because their timeline's not going to fill up with Ahmaud Arbery.
Yeah.
Or Breonna Taylor. Like, there's black people who didn't even know about Breonna Taylor.
Yeah.
Or Toyin, the activist
Yeah,
who died.
the-
And I'm going to tell you, Angel, that doggone Toyin broke my
Did it?
heart.
Yeah, I was like, dang. I was like, this is tragic.
Black men, we have failed black women again. Right? And we had already talked about doing the podcast before this. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I might not be able to save her or physically protect someone, but there's so many ways we can support black women.
Yeah.
And all I'm asking is do what you can do. Right? What I can do is amplify your voice or give Amber a platform or whatever. Right? But bro, it's correcting your homeboys. You know what I'm saying? It's in your place of work, making sure your people, like when me and Meg worked together at All Def, it was, bro, Meg's not you. And I'll tell you straight up, they was trying to underpay her.
I can believe it.
And I was like, Megan is the best producer in this office.
Right.
I'm not finna sit here and let y'all do her like that.
Yeah.
And when somebody like me says it, they're like, well, shoot, now if we do it, it's obviously racism. And I'm like, you let these white men get up here and do nothing.
Right.
Feet
Like-
literally on the table.
No exaggeration.
Wow.
Literally put every day. And these are my busted shoes because they're really comfortable.
I wasn't judging you.
I'm getting to the age where comfort is above.
Come on.
After Virgil, I was like, But I mean, Meg was literally doing everything.
Yeah.
And I used my platform or in that office
Use your
to be
voice.
like, y'all not gonna give her. There was a time they tried to give Meg a raise and then take it back. I said, is y'all out of y'all mind?
But that's what people have been doing. It's been so easy to do. I remember back, this is before Wild 'N Out had its like resurgence of a lot of the people from social media. And it was a time where they were doing casting. And one of my homegirls who had been on there for a short period of time, she was like, why don't you do Wild 'N Out? Why don't you audition for it? And I was like, it's too misogynistic. Like, who wants to sit underneath? All of the jokes are all about girls being hoes. The women are used as literal props.
Yeah, they have like basically ring girls almost.
Yeah, it has become socially acceptable to see us in that way. And even the women who were comedians, unless they were lesbians, like out and out lesbians, they had to be dressed hella provocative.
That's something I didn't even think about.
Like, you look at the dudes on there, they be busted as heck with some chains on at the most. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
Right.
some shoes. And the girls got to have booty right, all this stuff. And I was like, who has time to think about all that? And then also improvise jokes? Like, I don't want to be in that environment. Like, so that has been the world of comedy for a while, especially like younger comedy. So that was one reason why All Def Digital, like while I loved doing Great Taste and all this stuff, that wasn't something that I was pressing to do because it still had a little bit of that environment to a lot of that environment to it.
I take a lot of responsibility, right? I wanted so badly to succeed. First of all, the person I was then, I didn't even know nor really care. I was just like, what will get views?
Yeah.
We found out race and sex stuff will get views, and we cooned
Ran
it up.
with it. Right.
We was like, touch black penises. Whose black penis is bigger? Butts. Touch butt. I mean, it was the most provocative stuff. We had actresses come back and be like, can you just take me out? Just delete this stuff. Like, it took a long time for us to be like, bro, this actually, like, we are the part of the problem.
Yeah.
Like, I remember when we had a black people go camping for the first time, and Pat was like, we got to stop this. I've been camping a million times. Funny thing is, it was actually my first time
Right,
camping.
you're like, nah, I
but I
haven't,
was
Pat.
the only one. Slink was there. He's like, I used to go hiking all the time, actually. Right? So even in the media, we're responsible for the portrayal.
Yeah.
So we turned the corner probably in either late 2014 or early 2015. But that was our basis.
Yeah.
Was, rooted in, because honestly, sex and race stuff was easy views.
Easy, yeah.
Easy views, easy clicks. And we wanted so badly because I had actually got demoted from overall to like unscripted. And anyway, we stopped doing that stuff, right? But it's like the reparations thing. Now, what can you do to amplify?
Yeah.
Right? You stopped this thing that was really harmful, but now are you going to look out for your black coworker, even if that is at your expense? And I was in the room, and I was like, bro, y'all, if y'all have to take money from me to make sure Meg is squared away, because I was making money doing stand up, like, bro, let's make sure this girl is good.
Right.
Like, y'all really will sit up here, and then, man, let me tell you, the dude opposite me, what girl, Angel. I found
my God.
out maybe 4 months ago what he was making.
Oh, Kev.
Angel,
Kev.
Lakita, Tanksley.
What they?
When I found out, I said, "Oh, y'all played me for real."
Yeah, that's what they'll do.
You played me for, and I'm talking about I'm recruiting the talent. I'm keeping the
all the
people
work.
together. And and they gave all the big budgets to the white people. Like they gave us the scraps.
Yeah.
And we had to use the scraps to flip it into the big stuff.
Yeah.
Right? And that whole time we building it, you never gave me no raise. I never asked for no raise. I was too happy to be there. And I was young and dumb. Somebody on Patreon said, say the number. I'm not going to say the number. But let me tell you what. Let's say one of us wasn't making six figures. And one of us was making six figures. And one of us was making six figures more than another of us.
Wow.
Angel, I'm talking about my salary plus yours plus you're making that much more than me. They said we got to be twice as good to get half as much, not 3 times as much.
Golly.
And then now you want to talk about the executives?
Oh my.
Yeah.
Fred Sanford, Lamont, you would never believe. I mean, it was insane, Angel. And I'm gonna tell you, with Kev on Stage Studios, Fred's his left foot's a little off. You gotta help him.
It's okay.
You gotta help him. Come on, Fred, stand up.
He be leaning.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna be leaning on the everlasting arm of the Lord.
He also looks a little bit like Colonel Sanders, but go
He
ahead. And
does.
Mr. Miyagi.
I feel like there's only a couple of different molds.
Yeah.
It's more of this than anything.
Yeah.
So now what I am doing is rectifying what I didn't do even more. You know what I'm saying? And making sure I can help in any way I can. And challenging all my black men to do the same. Like, I'm going to tell you one last thing. And I'm going to let you go, Angel.
Okay,
You got
okay.
that baby. That baby's like, I need my
Where's
mother.
my mother?
Let me tell you, this is going to probably be one of my videos. This black dude tweeted this, and I nearly lost my everlasting mind. He said, black women will be protected when they listen and submit themselves to black men. My boy who posted this, he said, this Christ Oganda. I said, man, y'all really, like, we really don't, y'all moms was black?
Dude.
It'd be like, what are y'all?
It is astounding. Truly.
Astounding.
Truly. I mean, I've been a black woman for all of my life. So
Really?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I know I seem brand new at this, but I have been doing this for a while. And it has been this way for a while, where it feels like nobody has our back, but yet we have everybody else's back. Like I have some of the strongest shoulders that anybody has ever seen, because I feel like I have had to have so many people's back, but not having anyone else in my corner. And I will say, when Kev called me to ask how he could amplify I was so shocked, one, that you called me, two, that was the question, because I'd never heard anyone say that.
Angel never answered me, by the way.
I surely did.
I said,
was
Angel,
like,
how can I amplify your voice? She said, who is this?
I was like, did you call me? Is this the right person? Who do you mean? And then the fact that he came back with a solution, like that, just like, I was just like, I don't know what's happening. I still feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone right now. I 100% appreciate that you are not just being you're not just using your voice, you're using your actions to support it. I listen, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm glad I'm the one reaping the benefit. I know there's a ton.
Black blessings.
Hey, black blessings. Because let's be real, there's a lot of talented black women out here. I'm one of many. Like there's a lot of talented black women out here, more that need to have their voices amplified. I have always tried to use a little bit of our following that I've had to help my friends. I'm like, come on, girl, let's do this. But I hope that in my involvement with Kev on Stage Studios, that like I will also be able to do the same thing with whatever I'm doing on my own to help amplify other women, because it is important. Like, we are dope as all get out, and people need
Angel,
to see it.
You are a great addition. I was nervous like the first day of school, because I'm like, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, man, I just don't want to read the comments.
Wait a moment.
I just wanted to be, and I knew it would work. And we got to work on our eye lines, because Angel been like this.
I know. I've been like, and I keep trying not to look at Josh, but I can't help it.
Come over here next time, Josh.
We'll work in centers.
But also,
something with you.
I'm okay with being dragged as long as they love you. I don't care if they don't
No,
like me. I'll take it.
No, ain't no. Listen, I promise you right now, I will block. You either love this show or you're racist.
I'm gonna be in the comments tomorrow.
You like, and honestly, I don't even care. Like, because what you have to do, right? When you're me, right? You're a man, or you have a platform. You have to. I have to shield my people.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And we're gonna take some arrows. We're gonna delete some comments. We're gonna block some people. Like, but we're not gonna stop. We're not gonna replace. I'm not replacing you with Tony or Tahir. None of my, like, they good. The path is much easier, and you got the 4 chilling.
I got the 4 chilling.
Twins. Amar's supposed to be up here. He's pissed right now.
He's like, what happened?
He's supposed to be breathing in the mic, you know? So I have, listen, the one thing you'll find out about me, everyone already knows who knows me well. When I've decided, I've decided.
Hey.
It ain't no like, well, ain't no test out a few episodes.
Come on.
Me and Angel doing this show, and we gonna make it work.
He made his election short. I'm here.
Listen,
I'm good for it.
I'm not about no talk.
No.
I'm not about no. It's Josh was like, when we did the documentary, I was like, you can edit it. He was like, no, I can't. I was like, well, you are though.
You are.
And
and you
like,
did a phenomenal
didn't
job.
he?
Thank you.
I watched it the day it dropped.
Didn't he?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was
All right,
great.
guys. Okay.
It was great.
So,
it was great.
I want you to grow.
Thank you.
And honestly, man, for real, I said this with Tony. I said, man, if I don't go nowhere as high as I was supposed to go, or wherever that is, if it meant keeping all my resources and being very meticulous about my platform and only this, and then it's that for me isn't rich.
Yeah.
Like, rich for me isn't money. It's in, like, when Tone goes on his own tour, I'm like, man, I had a part in that.
Yeah.
I don't care if he surpasses me. Like Trevor Wallace,
He gone.
he was my intern.
Trevor's gone.
This man is like, bro, reach back and get your boy. I mean, he was like, literally, but he was a good intern. He worked hard. Like, I'm never jealous of people having success, because it's never been about me winning at all costs, right? Because that, you don't build a network like that. And in this business, you don't know who might become what they might become.
Yeah.
So you treat everybody well and hope for the best. You know, like Yvonne, that my homegirl.
Listen.
She blew me out the water.
Listen, I've known Yvonne since she was living here and sleeping on couches, when she gave me shirts to sell when I was doing comedy
Really?
shows. I've known it. She used to have these shirts, keeping it locked till I get that rock. It was all about abstinence. And I used to sell those at my comedy shows that I used to do at church. That's how long I've known her. And I'm like, Yvonne, you are doing amazing.
She's on.
And I'm happy for her. But one thing you need to know about me is that I am loyal to a fault. So just know you ain't getting rid of me. Even if you have to replace me, I'll still be going hard in the paint for Kev on Stage Studios. Trust and believe. Can't nobody say nothing negative about
Listen.
Kev in my presence.
That's all I want.
Hey.
All my people, everybody eats B.
Hey.
That's Kev on Stage Studios. Everybody eats B. So thank you guys for the first episode.
Great first episode.
I feel reinvigorated. We only had like 3 topics.
She was the last soul stone.
She was the soul food stone.
There you go.
Like, having Angel, like, I feel so much better as a creator. You have just taken. When you started talking, I was like,
I got you.
she's funny too, and she has
you.
opinions too. and she can have a different point of view too. It just has to be me only, but my own self.
Oh, I got
Right? Because Doe is a juggernaut of talent.
Oh, yes, he is. Doe can talk about anything and has a perspective on everything, even
Doughboy
if he
can
didn't
talk
know about
a
it
thing
before you brought it up.
He didn't know about as he's saying it.
Yes,
He
I've
will
seen him
still
do it.
say something funny. So when I did it by myself, I was like,
Oh, God.
and I'm confident.
Yeah.
But Doughboy is what made Righteous and Ratchet that show.
Absolutely.
Right? But you know in this business, like, things are fluid.
Mm-hmm.
Life changes. Things change. Me and Tony were working on a buddy cop movie
Mm-hmm.
that we had already started writing. In December, everyone didn't hate the cops.
But now.
But now,
Yeah.
I had defund about. I'm like, I'm not finna put no uniform on so y'all can hate me. Start all over.
That's all
And we
right.
had a funny dynamic, but I'm like, bro, like that's Hollywood. That's how
Yeah.
movies don't get developed because like the timing has to be right. The culture has to be right to accept what you're putting out. You know, so there's a lot of factors that go in. So anyway, welcome to Here's the Thing, Angel. We're not trying to make Righteous and Ratchet.
No, I can't.
I wish the podcast people would let me change the things, but they're booked out through the year. We're just making a different show
Yeah.
on the same topics.
Yeah.
So, love you guys. Follow Angel, Josh. Put up her stuff.
Please.
She has a YouTube page. She has social media. She has a
that.
Patreon. And because of your Patreon support, you viewers like you. This content is sponsored by viewers like you.
Ain't it?
This is we're able to compensate Angel for this.
Hallelujah. I don't care if I do it for free. He said you ain't got 2 cents.
And listen, guys, I'm not gonna tell y'all the number, but we didn't throw no little bit at Angel.
Let me tell you.
We said let's, and that's another thing about platform and privilege. It's about doing more than you have to, because it's right.
He did.
Oh yeah.
You gonna get a upside down pineapple cake. You gonna
No,
get
no,
one.
no. You
Pineapple upside
you
down
make
cake.
it.
Give him a
it
small
to me,
tier like
and I'm
you
gonna
did
give
when
it
he
to Tahir.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
make 2.
No.
I'm gonna make one for you and Tahir. Okay.
Black blessings. We'll see you guys. Patreon. We'll see you guys on Saturday. Everybody else will see you next Wednesday. Here's the thing with Kevin Angel. Peace. Angel.